What is up, guys? This is Jake's Productions. This is a special video. This has nothing to do with trains or updates. This is actually an English project that I'm doing. So those of you who are watching and are, going into high school, this video is for you. So for my English project, I'm doing a thing where I have to give a 3 to 4 minute video log, pretty much, giving advice to the next generation of high school students, aka freshmen, that are coming in, and for people that are already in high school that are going to remain in high school at least until next year. And so basically, I got to talk about stuff from the book and movie called Tuesdays with Morrie. Now, if you don't know what that is, I highly recommend that you go check it out. It's a great story. It's about a guy. It's about an old college professor from Boston who had ALS, and everyone loved him. His name was Morrie, and then as he was discovered he had ALS, everyone started to recognize him and started loving him, carrying him, all that stuff. And ALS is basically a horrible disease. It's the worst possible way to die, especially with old age, where your body starts decaying a bit, but you're still alive, and your brain is the only thing that's functioning left. So eventually you can't move, you can't eat, you can't pretty much do anything as it gets worse. And unfortunately, this has happened to Morrie Schwartz, I believe his last name was. And then his one of his old students, who was his best friend, Mitch, was helping Morrie out, and they would during college they would visit on Tuesdays. So when Morrie's dying, Mitch heard about it. Mitch started visiting Morrie often, and they visited every Tuesday pretty much, basically until Morrie's death. As Mitch took care of him and loved Morrie, and Morrie always loved back. And Morrie was a really kind-hearted man, and just gave a lot to the world. And it pains for me to hear about stories like these, because I'm type 1 diabetic and I hear them all the time. Anyway, so here goes. So for the advice I gotta give to the freshmen, so I gotta pick 4 quotes from the story, and I have them right here, and I'm gonna read a couple of them. Well, I'm gonna read all 4 of them actually, and I'm supposed to keep this 3 to 4 minutes long, but Mr. Cassie, I'm a YouTuber. I do rare stuff. The shortest I've ever had a video was 10 minutes. So this goes over, sorry, but it's something I'm used to. So anyways, the first quote I have here is, "Death ends a life, not a relationship." And basically what that means is just because someone, just because someone passes away doesn't mean they are with you by heart. I've lost many friends along the way. I lost a bunch of family members, and I still feel their presence. I know it sounds weird, but I do have a little bit of Native American blood. So I carry the genes of having conflicts with spirits. It does sound weird, but I can sense people around me. I can sense who's watching over me and what's watching over me. Sometimes, yeah. It gets emotional with this kind of stuff, and I accept it. So just because someone passes away doesn't mean your love for them or their love back to you will ever stop. Just because they're not physically formed with you. I guess I can relate to high school in a matter of which, I guess you can relate to high school just because not with death, of course, but I guess I dated a sophomore. I'm a senior and she's now a sophomore. If we were dating, just because I'm not there doesn't mean that the relationship will still go on. For example, she's my ex now. As an example like that, your friendships that you have for all kinds of different people, just because you're not with them doesn't mean the relationship has to stop. Pretty much, in high school you can make, it's either make it or break it thing. It's where all the drama is. That's pretty much where all the crazy stuff is going to happen mostly in your life. The next quote I have is, "Accept who you are and revel in it." That's a great quote. So that's what that means is accept who you are. I'm a trained person. I also learned about aviation. I'm also type 1 diabetic. And I love learning about history and all that stuff. And that's who I am. And I've accepted that. And I take that personally with me, no matter what. Like when I go train watch it, I take that very personally. or people make fun of me because who I am. That I take that personally too, because you know that's something for you to judge for yourself, not for others. So how you are shouldn't even be judged, but you are to accept who you are. But if you can't accept yourself, then you should learn more about yourself, is what I would say. And then here's a really interesting quote I found. This is the third quote, this is my second to last. Once you learn how to die, you learn how to live. And that's very interesting, because once you realize you don't have enough time left, then you want to do everything, right? Well, you got people like me who are 18 years old, and I've already accepted death. People think it's weird, but you know what? I've cheated death multiple times for my health stuff, and there's other people who have too. There's people who feel like they're dying on the inside because for stuff, right? For high school reasons, like they can't get friends, they can't get in a relationship, people don't like them, they get bullied and all that stuff, and people are like, "Oh, I'm going to kill themselves," and all that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have all been there before. If you haven't, you are a liar. You are a absolute liar. Even if you haven't said it, but you definitely have thought it. Everyone's thought about it. What if I died? Like what people miss me or anything like that? Everyone has wondered about that. It's a natural human instinct. It's a natural human thing. Especially to a high schooler. So once you learn how to live, you learn how to die. I think that's really interesting. For high school, once you realize there's like not enough time left in high school for you to enjoy yourself, like then your mind instinct kicks like that. Like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, gotta join this club, I gotta join the sport. Go for it. You have 4 years once you enter high school, or if you're currently in high school, however many years they have left. For me, I have none, because high school wasn't a good enough experience for me, and people just find that offensive. That's fine. That's my opinion. So. But for life itself, like instead of me going to college and like wasting all the really really unnecessary classes, like how to be in college, how to do this, how to do that, that's why I'm going right to Amtrak. So that's where I take this quote right here. And then the last quote: I like myself better when I'm with you. Those of you who are in any kind of relationship, like with your family, your friends, your loved ones, like your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you can easily relate to them, because when I was dating, it was like that's a hard one. I like myself better when I'm with you. I can't describe that. I guess what that's trying to say is when you're around people that you enjoy and people enjoy your company, it makes you feel like a better person. And how do I explain that? I guess once you get into high school, like once you hang around more people, make friends, eventually get a boyfriend, girlfriend, or teachers. The teacher I'm doing this project for, I have a really good relationship with this guy. He's really awesome. He's the guy who hooked me up with a mark engineer, who's helping me out get my career for Amtrak, and I'm very thankful for Mr. Cassidy. I know you're watching this because you kind of have to watch it, Mr. Cassidy. So thank you. And I like myself better when I'm with good people. When I'm in Mr. Cassidy's class, I'm always happy to be there. I'm always doing my work. And the same thing, one of my other favorite teachers, Mr. Simmons. I'm always in there. I'm always helping him out. Mr. Timmons I had last year is another English teacher I had. Mr. Cassidy, my English teacher for this year. Mr. Simmons, my aerospace teacher, and then Mr. Timmons was my last English teacher. And then there's a couple other good ones I like. Like Mr. Lucas is my government teacher this year. He's another really good guy. Always enthusiastic. Always got power to it. It's great, even when he's in the worst times. So I like myself better when I'm with you. It's a really interesting one for it. So yeah, that's more of a personal thing. That's something for you to think about. But in my explanation is, when you're with people, when you're just making friends, being around your friends that you've had for a long time, being with teachers, family, loved ones, all that stuff, it makes you feel like a good person. Because not only are you keeping the relationship going, not only keeping the friendship, but you're hoping it will last a long time. And you accept yourself as being a good person for being there for them, as well as them being there for you. So I guess that's what that means. All right, so those are the four famous quotes I picked out from Tuesdays with Morrie. I highly encourage everyone to go read the book and or watch the movie, or both. I recommend both because sometimes there's a little twist in the story, and you want to know what is what's true, what's false, what's different, and all that stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm sorry this is too long. I told you it'd be like 10 minutes long at least for my shortest video of me trying to explain stuff. So, Mr. Cassidy, if you don't like it, sorry. Like, I'm not used to making, no 3-4 minute video. Unless someone else is making it. Of course, when other people try to make it for me, I don't like it. So, I like it when I do it my way. So, of course, it's going on YouTube. So, I never make short videos. If I do, then I would love for someone to point that out to me. But yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I will subscribe back if you have any comments, questions, anything like that. Please comment down below. If you have any questions about high school or anything like that, I'm a senior. My last day of high school is coming up this Friday before I start my railroad internship. I do have to come into school at least twice next week for band stuff to take care of and to get ready for my last concert, my last ever band concert on Tuesday. And then off I go my internship. So, yeah, well, now we're at 11 minutes. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Mr. Cassidy, I hope you liked this video as well. Let me know in class. I will send you the link here in about 5 minutes after it uploads to YouTube. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching, and I hope this was great advice. And I hope these quotes were great. I'll even put them in the, I'll even put these quotes in the description down below, as well as the story, which is Tuesdays with Morrie. I highly encourage everyone to go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is 8:51, and I want to watch some American Dad right now and get ready for my internship and my last 2 days of high school. We're going to make it, guys. Here we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Train Productions. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Cassidy.